Okay guys, so today we are going to talk about XPath. So what is XPath? So basically XPath is a query language, meaning is a data query language actually. Its usage is not only limited to identifying the elements in the UI, in the UI automation tools. Usually people think that XPath is something which is related to only Selenium, but which is not the case. XPath can be used to identify the UI elements in other tools like Test Complete also supports XPath in finding the elements in the web application. Even APM also supports, Selenium supports, QTP also supports, I mean UFT. Okay, these tools also support the XPath. So XPath uh, is first of all is not at all related to Selenium. Another very important point, XPath real usage is not for identifying the UI elements in your UI automation scripts. XPath's real usage is extracting the data from XML, HTML kind of structured documents. So why these documents are structured? Because XML, if you see, I have got one sample XML here. XML document, it follow one structure. There is open element. For that there is a close element available, right? There is a close element. This is a close element, and then the information is being represented inside this open and close root element. This is called a root element, right? So it has got a structure to follow. It's not like the text document where we don't follow any open, close, and the proper structure. So XML, HTML, these are structured documents, right? So XPath is a query language, a data query language to retrieve the data from such structured documents, structured databases. Now we all are aware of SQL languages, right? So structured query language, which is a query language which we use to retrieve the data from relational tables. Like I have one relational table here, student table, having two columns, roll number, name, and there are few records. Now if I want to fetch the data from this, how do I fetch? I write a SQL query, select star from student. So star says I want all the columns and all the rows. This is basically for columns, and as there is no where clause, so it will return us all the rows. Whereas here select star means I want all the columns from student table for a record where roll number is 1. So particular, so this is called a predicate. We call it as a predicate, where clause, where we write some condition, and the records satisfying this condition, they stay in the collection of the records to be returned to us, and the ones which don't the records which don't get like this particular condition doesn't get evaluated to true for few records, so those records gets filtered out and the remaining stays, and those remaining gets returned to us, right? So this is how we use SQL query language. Now if you have XML based databases, like there are few databases which stores the data in the XML format, like MongoDB stores the data in the JSON format, right? So it's a JSON, MongoDB. So likewise there are few databases which are XML based. Now if you want to retrieve the data from such XML based databases, you will be using XPath query language. Okay, so it's a query language first of all. Now let's understand few terminologies here with respect to XPath. So this I have got one sample XML here, and this in this XML, this bookstore, so the whole data which is to be represented here in this document is represented inside this bookstore open and bookstore close, right? So this bookstore is a root element. So let me go up, and here it is a root element. Bookstore is a root element, and then every other element is a node element. So this bookstore underscore 1 is a node element, book is a node element, title, author, year, price, all these are node elements then. Okay, then this lang equal to en, this is called a attribute node. And in the attribute node we have got two things, attribute name and attribute value. And this data which we represent in those elements is called atomic values. So this is atomic value. So stay hungry, stay foolish is atomic value, this PD is atomic value, here Harry Potter is an atomic value. So these are called atomic values. Okay, so these terminologies we need to know before we start learning and working on XPaths. Now let's understand the relationships, as this is a structured document as I have told about. So in a structured document, every element bears some kind of a relationship with every other element from that document. Okay, so what are the relationships? Let's understand. Now if we talk about the relationship of this bookstore with other elements from this document, so bookstore is a parent of this bookstore underscore 1, as it is containing it. You can see it, the containing element. So this bookstore open, and where there is bookstore has been closed out here. So all these are inside the bookstore open, bookstore close. So bookstore is a containing element, and these are contained elements. Contained. So containing element is a parent of all the contained elements. So this is a parent for these elements. But when we say parent, so like if you see here, so bookstore has got one more bookstore underscore 1 element opened here, bookstore underscore 1 element closed here. So this is open of that bookstore underscore 1 and close of it, which again contains this book element 1 and book element 2. Now let's talk about the specific relationships here. Now bookstore is indeed a parent for these all, there is no doubt about that. But this bookstore is a grandparent for these elements like book as well as title. Grandparent it is, isn't it? Like if you can see here, if we talk about this title element, so who is the title element's parent? Book element. So this book element is containing that title element, right? So book is a parent for this title, author, year, price, because they are contained inside book open and book close. Hence the book becomes the parent. So parent means the direct parent. Okay, the way in our daily lives also we observe the relationships, these kinds of relationships. So when I say my parents, it means my father, mother, right? So who is the father, mother of these four elements? The one which is containing these four. Okay, so book is a parent. And what is bookstore underscore 1 for these four elements then? Title, author, year, price for these four. Who is bookstore underscore 1? It's parent's parent, isn't it? Parent's parent. And who is bookstore for these four? Parents, parents, parent. Right? So when we say parent of these four, book is a parent of these four. But if I say ancestor, so ancestor means what? The parent, parent's parent, parent's parent, any level of parent means grandparents. So ancestor does include immediate parent as well as grandparents. So if I say this title, author, year, price, grandparents or ancestors, if I say. So ancestor, who would be ancestors for these four? Book, bookstore underscore 1 and this bookstore as well, right? Because they are all in the parent hierarchy of these four. But if I specifically say parent of these four, then book is the parent of these four. not bookstore underscore one, because they are grandparents, bookstore underscore one and bookstore. So when you say parent, it has to be immediate, and when you say ancestor, it means any level of parent including the immediate parent. Okay, now let's talk about the child hierarchy. So if I say this bookstore's child, so who is the bookstore's child? Child means always the immediate child, not grandchildren. Child means immediate child. So who is the immediate child? Bookstore underscore one open, bookstore underscore one close. So this is the immediate child, right? You can see bookstore underscore one is the element which this bookstore contains, right? But does that mean these elements don't have any relationship with the bookstore? No, they do have, but they are child's child. Let's understand this book and this book, these two book elements. As far as bookstore element is concerned, these two book elements are child's children. So bookstore underscore one is the child of bookstore, and these two are children of bookstore underscore one. So they have become grandchildren of bookstore, grandchildren, right? So when you say child of bookstore, it has to be always a immediate child, bookstore underscore one. But when you say descendants, so descendant means all children including grandchildren. So descendant of bookstore is bookstore underscore one, book, title. If this title has say another children, that also. So descendant means any level of children including the immediate child. But when you say child, it has to be a immediate child only. Immediate child only is in the scope when you say child, but when you say descendant, immediate and any level of grandchildren is in scope, right? So very, very important. Now let's talk about the sibling relationship. Now this book element contains these four elements. So they are having the same parent, isn't it? All these four are having book as their parent. So they are the children of same parent. So what they become of each other? They become siblings of each other. So siblings. Now let's talk about this author. So if we talk about this author is a following sibling of this title. Why following? Because the position of the author is after this title. So author is following sibling of this title, and author is preceding sibling of this year. Why preceding? Because author position is prior to the year. So author is preceding sibling of year, and author is following sibling of this title, right? Let's revise it quickly here. So bookstore has bookstore underscore one as child, bookstore has bookstore underscore one, book, title, author, year, price as its descendants. This book is a parent of these title, author, year, price. So as these four are children of same parent, they become siblings of each other. To be very specific, this author is a following sibling of title and year, and author is preceding sibling of this year as it falls before it, and for this title this author becomes following sibling as it falls after it. Okay, and parent, let's talk about. So the book is a parent of title. So if I say I want the parent of this title element, so it would only be book. So parent is the immediate parent. But if I say give me ancestors of title, so it would be book, book underscore one, book, bookstore, right? So all these are ancestors for the title element. So immediate parent, ancestor is immediate parent, parents parent, parents parent parent, any level of parent node is ancestor, and any level of child node is descendant, immediate as well as non-immediate. But child is always a immediate child. So we should know these concepts before we can start writing our XPath queries, right?